Good morning, my dear students. Welcome you all to the maths class. So in our today's class, we are going to start our chapter 2, that is patterns. Alright? So before starting our today's class, let's give a quick recap of the things which we have discussed in our previous class. So in our previous class, what we have learned? We have completed our chapter 1, that is shapes, where we have learned about circle and its parts, reflection and symmetry. We have learned about what is a line of symmetry, the nexus of symmetry, right? So in our today's class, we will start another new chapter that is called patterns. So my dear children, I have a question to you all. What is a pattern? Tell me. Yes, very good. Repetition of basic shapes. We call it pattern. Good. A pattern is what? It is nothing but is an arrangement of different shapes in a particular manner. Or we can say that pattern is arrangement of figure or designs in a certain way. We call it pattern. Clear? So in our today's class, we are going to learn about patterns. Children, do you know pattern can be seen everywhere? And pattern can be natural or man-made. So, first of all, we will see what are natural pattern and man-made pattern. So, let's see what are natural pattern and man-made pattern. Look at this. This is leaf. We can see patterns on leaf. Okay, on this leaf we can see pattern. This leaf is a form of pattern. Here is also pattern form. Look at this. This is a line of what we call it, line of symmetry that divides equally into two parts. On the reverse of the leaf, you can see the leaf. You will see the certain patterns. Okay, so this is what we call it. This is natural pattern. Okay. Now, natural pattern, not only we can observe on leaves, we can see on stones, then stripes and spots on animals. Look at this. This is certain an example. Okay, certain an example. Tell me, have you seen this type of stripes in any animals? Yes. Which one? Tiger, or we call it zebra. So, stripes or spots on animals are also called as natural pattern. Clear? So one type of pattern is natural pattern. Now next, look at this. What is? This is a cloth. So these are made by human, and this is also called artificial pattern. Okay. So these cloth, they are also having a certain pattern. This is, look at here, see here, this is a pattern, and it can be divided into how many lines of symmetry we can draw? We can draw 2 lines of symmetry, or we can say that we can draw here 2 lines of symmetry. Clear? Like this or like this. So these are what? This is a cloth. These are made by human. So this is a what pattern? Man-made pattern, or we call it artificial pattern. Another one you can see, this plastic here also having pattern. This is also having pattern. See, repetition of the designs. So these are this plastic is also called a man-made pattern. Okay. So how many patterns are there? 2 types of patterns are there. We call it natural pattern or man-made pattern. Natural patterns are patterns on stones, leaves of plants, stripes on spots on animals, and man-made patterns we can see in our bed sheet. These are then rangoli, alright, then doormat. So these the things which are made by man, they are called man-made pattern. Alright. So now let's see patterns in lines and shapes. We can learn that pattern is nothing but a repetition of different shapes in a particular manner. Now, here you can see patterns in lines and shapes. That is repetition. From here, what you can observe? You can observe that shapes are repeating. Clear? Square, triangle, circle. Again, these shapes are repeating. Square, triangle, circle. Okay? So, repetition of basic shapes can also create pattern. Now, lines. Pattern in lines. Here you can see the second one. Here, lines are repeating. See here, these lines are repeating. Okay? So, repetition of lines can also create a pattern. We can create pattern. That is patterns in lines and shapes. Now, increasing number of shapes. Pattern may occur due to increasing in the number of shapes. Look at here, one triangle. Next you see triangles are increasing. The shapes are increasing by how many? 2. So total is 3. Next here you see again triangle. 3 triangles are increasing. So total is 6. Okay. So we can say that by increasing in the number of shapes, we can create a beautiful pattern. Okay. Now the next one is symmetry. Basically, we will look in this chapter this topic, pattern based on symmetry. Now, here you see the figure which shows symmetry. Look at this figure. Isn't 2 symmetrical lines. By using these symmetrical figures, we can create a beautiful pattern. This type of figure we can use for a creating pattern. And we can see this type of figure in handicraft, monuments. Okay. So pattern can be seen, or pattern can be created by repetitions, by increasing the number of shapes, or by symmetrical way. Pattern based on symmetry. Okay. So next we will learn about number patterns. What are number patterns? Yeah. Now, number patterns. Okay. Number patterns. So, what are number patterns? A sequence of number following a specific rule is called a number patterns. We can see here odd numbers. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7 and goes on. Even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. That means we can create pattern in odd numbers also by using odd numbers or even numbers. Here you see odd numbers. Numbers beginning from 1 and increasing by 2. Okay. So we can say that this pattern is an increasing pattern by 2. Next, same case here in even numbers. Beginning from 2, increasing by 2. So this pattern is also, we can also say that increasing pattern by 2. Now, my dear children, you might have been learned about that we can also see pattern in number tables or multiplication tables. So, take a table of 3. A table of 3. 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 9, 3 4s are 12, so on. So here, what you can observe? We can observe in this part that numbers are increasing by 3. Alright? From this particular sequence, we can observe that numbers are increasing by 3. So, and it can go endlessly. 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15, 3 6 18, like this. Okay, it can continue. So, the pattern that goes endlessly are called infinite patterns. We call it infinite patterns. Okay, so it goes endlessly, it goes continuously. 2 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15, 3 6 18, like this. Okay, so that type of pattern that goes endlessly are called infinite patterns. Now, the patterns that end after a few terms, that are called finite patterns. So, let's take an example like 15, 10, 5, then 0. In this sequence, what you can observe, numbers are decreasing by 5. 15 minus 5, 10, 10 minus 5, 5, 5 minus 5, 0. Here it ends. So, patterns that end after a few terms, and these patterns are called finite patterns. What do we call? Finite patterns. We call it finite patterns. Clear? So, today we will learn till here. And the next class, I am going to continue with the symmetry based on pattern. Right? We'll learn about the symmetry, axis of symmetry, line of symmetry, then how objects can be divided into different types of symmetry. So before concluding our today's session, let's give a quick recap what we have discussed in our today's class. So in our today's class, we have learned patterns in lines and shapes. Then patterns can be created by increasing in number of shapes, or we have started that pattern can be created by symmetrical objects. Okay, we can create patterns for symmetrical shapes. Okay, so next class we'll start the axis of symmetry or lines of symmetry. Thank you.